gameplay. No, I know. Is that on gameplay? Well, we know it works. Yeah. Huh? Oh, yeah.
Ready for battle. These phenomena bear further investigation.
We have
Valorant.
Overwatch.
This is the ADHD version. We got Overwatch tonight. We got SVSU versus Valpo Esports. Yeah. I mean, at least you don't got any like jocks under either, because like that'd add to the list as well. That'd be. No, I know you know Thunder Fangs. I'm just saying if you had one of the top part jocks banners, that also has a heavy list to it. This isn't. Yeah, it's Xanathara. Yeah, no, with it being a rotation, it felt weird with it being back. But I do like it being back. But right there, Squishkin 2 right there. Oh. But there we go. SVSU kind of handily taking the first, well, at least first connection with point. But let's see how they defend once Valpo actually gets all gathered back up. Yeah. I want to say it is still rock paper scissors, but I have no clue because still even at like a flat diamond area, it's not even that. It's just play who you will. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's kind of a half poke at least for Valpo though, because once Zarya gets in, Zarya should be able to take out backline pretty easily. But basically, SVSU is just planning to fully take care of this high ground.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Right into it here.
So we're in map point 1 at Antarctica for control point. SVSU won the first team fight, and Valpo is kind of pressing forward right now.
Looks like some solid comps here. Running a bit more of a poke behind the Sigma. A lot of bolts coming through on the other team. What are we looking at? Team-wise.
Valpo.
Fill us in.
We're going against Valpo Esports. At least that's their nickname.
Valpo Esports. Valpo Esports. Looks like a solid push from them will put SVSU a bit on the ropes here. Close battle. Both teams down a couple. Tanks rolling it out on the top of this point. Actually, because they were on the high ground, they were not contesting the point there. That will be the first part for SVSU. kind of the dichotomy here between a poke and a brawl comp. Although, do I want to call that a brawl comp?
No, it's
For
kind
Valpo,
of
not particularly.
a hybrid. Their DPS are running more poke while their their backlines, yeah, they're pretty split.
Bit of a mid-range play here. Zarya can kind of is normally considered a brawl hero, but also, I mean, that beam has a good amount of range. You can kind of play a little further back where the rest of your team is at. Looks like a little bit more switch, definitely more to a brawl.
Yeah.
Junkrat does tend to play at whatever range he feels, and Symmetra definitely wants to play up close to get all of that beam charge. SVSU sticking to what they got. Torb is meta.
Really?
No, that's just the meme. That's just the meme on the team.
Yeah.
Huge, a lot of damage coming out for a bit of a split push as the tank. Mega goes up top, making some space, causing distractions, while the rest of Saginaw Valley gets on point and absolutely blasts Valpo. Bunch of Symmetra turrets for them to clear out.
That's easy. As SVSU also running Torb and Bastion. There's also kind of too many tanks you can kind of do, so you can split push a lot easier because they're their own DPS.
Yeah, they're kind of a little self-sufficient. Can go off on the side, do some damage. They have some extra sustain that other DPS don't. Definitely can play in different positions. We have the Sigma here holding pretty much everything. Mega doing a great job. Does get slept, taking a little bit of damage. Valpo is going to have to try to push in on the bottom, but they can't get past all these abilities. That Bastion turret does an absolute metric ton of damage, and you do not want to be caught in a choke point. Symmetra turret trying to create some space. Here comes the Moira ult for Valpo, trying to do something, gets down to half. Moira 1 on the point. Nobody has lost any players. Down goes 1 for Valpo. Looks like more will follow. Some space is made. Mega finds 1, Mega finds 2. It's going to be a 2 versus 5. Saginaw still has the point pretty convincingly here. I see what Valpo is going for, trying to teleport around, get maybe the Junker Queen in a weird position, jump past the poke a little bit, but it's not quite working out. They have to be a little quicker on it. They're waiting around choke points, which you simply cannot do versus a Torbjorn and a Bastion.
Yeah, or even Sigma at that, because Sigma still has an aerial poke to it. So he will hit everyone around that choke point. Also because of the wall bounce too, it makes it a little harder just to sit right around the opposite corner and make sure you don't get poked. Sigma will just 1-2.
Very true. That character with the little explosion at the end, always getting those pokes off. Squishy investing the ult here, trying to find something. Oh, the Orisa switch does not quite work out as gets shredded through the Baptiste window there. Doubling all damage and healing that goes through it. That ultimate is definitely something you can't push. I feel on this map, where most teams have to go into one of these two sides, you don't see teams pushing towards the right side very often. Yeah, that Baptiste window is an absolutely insane ult on this part of the map. Finally investing some ults here. Valpo is going in, invest the Symmetra wall. I don't think they can even touch the point, though. Barely managing to get on.
Yeah, of course, barely got on.
Before all of the ults from Saginaw. Hold it out. Down goes the tire. Squish. Falcon gets in there with the Meta Torbjorn. So I think what we're looking at is SVSU is going for a very sit here, do damage. You have to deal with our problems.
Yeah.
That is simply stand there and do buttons. And you can see Valpo trying to do something about it, switching up to the Symmetra and the Junkrat, trying to find some extra damage, some niche plays. Junkrat can get into weird positions. Symmetra is just generally a weird character that can get a lot of interesting angles. Teleport behind the team.
Yeah,
so
you can jump back line.
For counterplay, they simply have to execute a little bit faster on it, because if they wait around in a choke point, they're going to get shredded by all of the damage.
Or at least they're going to start the fight with half health. One of the two.
Half health, which is not what you want to do against a character like Sigma, who does 120 if he hits both of his. We're going to take a look-see here. I think I'm expecting SVSU gets to ban. I expect they'll try to get rid of a map that's a little bit closer range.
Yeah.
And looks like Valpo wants a right in your face, get in there, do some damage. So we're gonna take a look-see.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a look-see. I feel like they're gonna pick a map that allows them to brawl a little bit better. That's at least what are you looking at, star players? What are some of the best performances you're seeing here? My good Shuns.
I guess I wasn't really watching players very much specifically. But I will say Symmetra, they were definitely trying to do their best with gathering people. Both Symmetra and the Junkrat at the end, they were sticking together pretty well. But not having like the Junkrat to be able to follow along with the brawl with them kind of leaves just the two of them to go. But again, sitting around the choke point, they kind of come in at half health. Where Symmetra might be able to heal a little bit back as long as she ain't touched. But
Yeah.
those two are doing pretty good together. So once they get timing down and get going a little quicker, they should be able to jump back line and be able to at least take out the Kiriko pretty quick.
That, I think, should be the expectation. Again, I believe this. I think the pick was probably Saginon's as well, so this might not be a map that was comfortable on.
Yeah.
So that could have also thrown off the strategy a little bit. Let's see if there's any swaps. I don't think there will be any player swaps.
There was.
There was one.
CQ9 did go in.
CQ9 went in. Got that level 4 endorsement. Hog player.
Yeah.
I know. I'm always hovering, just switching between 2 and 3.
Same
I
here.
can't get up to 4. Strategy is.
Play support, basically.
That
Just play support.
Now, we've seen a number of characters we don't know. Some Junkrat, not necessarily meta right now, but I want to say the meta allows for a good amount of options.
Yeah.
We have seen a good amount of Symmetra at this level of play. We've seen a number of tanks. We've seen Poke. We've seen both Ram and Sigma. We've seen Ryan. I've seen a Diva pop up. I've seen a Monkey. I've seen pretty much
everything but ball, basically. I was like everything but ball.
Pretty much, yeah. We saw a Queen this map. I think on the SVSU Overwatch stream, we have had most of the tanks here. We've had most of the tanks here. But I'd like to say it's been a very diverse meta as of now. We've had some reworks came in. The Sombra rework. Very interesting. Hot topic as of now. Everybody was immediately saying the character is dead. Character is dead. But we've also seen some very solid Sombra play, especially here.
Yeah.
If you caught the last stream that we did last week, we were spectating for the C team, and oh boy, was the C team doing something? Or no, that was a practice. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
We didn't stream that. We were doing really great things. Sombra. C-team practice line.
I want to say A team though for last stream did have some Sombra action going. Basically, again, it's still like EMP, delete one person, and move on to the rest of the team fight. But having the infest for like a range, just like damage over time, stops so much healing for other shield characters. Because like I want to say that their opponents were playing a brawl comp and they had hit Symmetra with the infest, so she can't heal back that shield. So you just chase with translocator and just gun her down.
It's definitely a very aggressive Sombra.
Yeah.
And I think overall it's going to be a fun change. The ability, like the hero fantasy of placing your teleport wherever and teleporting out of the fight was very cool. I don't necessarily think it worked for Overwatch shooting competitive light. I think this new Sombra is going to be much more enjoyable to play and spectate.
I was about to say, because with the old Sombra, she worked well when we had the 6 people. Because then, like, if you lost one person in a team fight, that's not too bad because you still had your other tank that involved. But now you're losing almost 20% of your team with one person not being around.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely brutal to get hacked as Sombra used to hack.
Yeah.
Back in Overwatch 1. I think it was a couple of seconds where you cannot use abilities. That is brutal. But now she functions, I would hazard more like Tracer. Almost like Tracer, but with a little bit. So,
more utility than just trying to gun down.
Yeah. Yeah, I dare say one of Overwatch's strengths has been how diverse the characters played, especially in the past. I think from an actual gameplay perspective, seeing all the getting not more homogenized, but making characters fill the same roles in slightly different ways has been a good thing for the game. I think we've and it allows for more interesting things. We've seen a lot more diversity in the meta. For example, Overwatch 1 was.
Yeah, it's just
lots
nothing
of
but
tanks,
goats.
lots of tanks. It's been very exciting.
I was thinking with the IRE coming in, so you can kind of have someone who somewhat like fills in for Ana in the same place, but brings in other utility as well.
Here we go, getting into it. This is going to be interesting. Starting off the Widow, trying to find a pick with there up on the top ropes. This is definitely a strategy we see at all levels of gameplay. Looks like they might stick with it, too. There are some very long sightlines that you have to respect if the other team has a Widow. And Mega kind of has to choose whether or not he wants to shield the Widow off or shield the rest of the team. It's going to be a little bit tough. Saginaw Valley pushing back here a little bit.
Oh,
the Outpost May finds Mega. They do manage to break him out using a lot of support utility, though they do find 2 kills. I think Valpo's probably going to have to back up here. Ryan's backing up. Here we go. Falcon going in with the Tor. Very aggressive. Looking for the kill onto what? Wit, literally 1 HP.
There you go. One of the orbs taking it.
The push was really solid there from Valpo. You saw they got the tank cut off. They got a lot of space. They used the Rhine shield push forward. Wit on the Widow created a lot of space. Saginaw had to back up a little bit, play around the corner. It was a very good push. Just didn't quite, they weren't expecting SVSU to respond so quickly to the wall and break Mega out. Mega does find one right off the bat. Huge anti-nade though. Goes for another wall, doesn't quite find it. Reinhardt does find the pin, barely going to be able to save. No one goes down yet. A lot of utility being broken on both sides.
Yep.
Everything's being put out here. Reinhardt's still alive, getting the nano. Going in, finds Squishy. That's going to be huge for Valpo. Going to find one. There goes another. Hammer Strike going down. Doesn't quite find it. Mega Man just find the kill first. But the rest of Valpo will finish off. SVSU will take that first point. Solid play from them. I'll play. At this point, you get to... It's a little bit more in your own hands. When you are pushing the cart, you don't necessarily have to control a specific space. You get to decide, all right, I'm going to go in, I'm going to, leave one person on the cart and go get aggressive. And the defense has to respect that a little bit more. On the point, they can just sit back, they can do whatever, they can kite back a little bit. I think, and especially with these very tight hallways, they can, and a couple of flank routes, they can get around, get a little bit more brawly. So we're going to see this specific spot. Not one you want to push as your full team, especially without a cart to help block things up. Definitely want to throw some flankers if you're an attacker. Here comes the Baptiste window. We've talked a lot about that. And here we see it coming in full force. Huge sleep on the top.
Anna.
Don't think it's going to do too much as the rest of the team does get shredded. Nice dart from Valpo's Anna. Attempt as the rest of them get hunted down. Gonna chuck in the turret just to see what it can see. Won't quite use the main wall. Here we see, again, this is really not where you want to be. Going into a bastion on this part of the map with all these choke points, you're going to have to send somebody on the flank. You're going to have to send a soldier on the flank. Maybe even the Anna on an off angle, something like that. Using the bastion ult just to try to get a little bit of damage. Try to put some pressure. Make him sweat a little bit. Here comes in the Mei ult from Valpo. Investing the Torbjorn ult on the side of SVSU. Won't find anything, but the Mei ult will find at least half the team, and the rest for Saginaw will fall. Absolutely incredible play. The one ult still for both sides. SVSU has the Kitsune Rush, great at taking space.
Yep, I would say we got Shatter and Nano coming up too.
Ooh, that is potentially.
I would say I feel like we see
insta fight win.
Yeah, I would say I think we see a Shatter Nano Visor.
Oh, Nano Visor is as well. You could invest all three of those and absolutely guarantee that you win that team fight. I don't think there's any doubt about it. That is the team fight winner.
Yep, I was gonna say as long as the Shatter can get one, it should be able to get most.
Yeah.
Especially the tank, because tank can no longer help block off line of sight for everyone else.
Very true. Very true. I'm gonna just find one. It's gonna be a 4v5. Saginaw Valley's favored. Although Valpo's still managing to put on a lot of damage. Shatter will find one or two. There goes Charge.
Yep.
Down goes one. This is what they were looking for. Can they convert?
So now they got Ryan off.
It is a 4v4 right now. Although I believe, Valpo's players will get back before Squishy, or before Falcon. So they got some space. It's pushed up pretty far here. SVSU doesn't look like they've been playing anything wrong specifically, but here they are on the third point. Valpo's got almost 4 minutes left on the clock. Mega finds one, a lot of damage. Falcon finishes it off. They can take a little bit of space. Wall's coming in, trying to find that kill. Huge pin from the side there. Squishy's going to manage to survive. Hurt Form's going to do some damage. I think Valpo is going to have to back up. Down goes Mega, though.
Oh, no tank, just DPS versus one DPS. Nope.
Yep, yes, and healers. We're going to see J-Rod nasty.
Bam coming out.
Nasty kill. That ability is absolutely insane.
Yeah, because the other thing, too, with Visor not being able to lock onto it either, kind of makes it very easy, because if you just sit underneath it, most likely the Visor's constantly going to lock to you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing you can do about that. Here comes that Mei ult again.
Yeah, Mei ult got the entire team again.
Gets the entire team. That's going to be pretty much the team fight right then and there. And SVSU invested the Baptiste window. That's going to be a waste of an ult there. They do have ults to stop this, though. The Torbjorn ult and the Bastion ult can both force teams off of a point. Coming in here. All the damage, but Mei gets to stay on with the ice block. Keep pushing the cart. Almost gets it.
Lucium. Oh, they should not make it on. Ooh, we'll be at a Soul Shatter out there.
It's going to be huge damage. Mega barely managing to stall the point here. In there with the arms ability. Can't get off the point. They don't want to C9. It's very close.
Cut off the Anna from heal. Yep. Using shield right there to cut off Mei from the healing from Anna.
Oh,
So
that was
make sure.
huge play from Mega there. Incredibly smart. What a fight there. Both teams investing most of, if not all of their alts. It's going to be tough. They will have the nano. They can just throw the nano onto the Reinhardt and say, go swing. It is always an option. Mega getting as much poke as he can to make it work. Trying to build up ults as quick as possible to have something against this nano. Come here, 7% here. We see, down goes Jang for Valpo there. Gonna be a 4v5. They'll probably have to back up. They'll at least get a little bit of damage, but so will SVSU. Building up some ults here. Close fights so far.
Yep.
Close fights. Again, it suddenly, like, you take your eyes off the game, and the payload is at the third point. You don't know when it happened, but suddenly it's there. Minute and a half left on the timer. Valpo's got to make something happen. They could wait out this fight, get some ults, and then on the next fight, ensure that they have more ults. That is something they could try to go for. They can't lose their tank again so early. Will get healed up. Orisa does kind of live forever. Mega has the Ram ult. Uninvested here, uses the shield. We're going to see. Could be any second now.
Oh, nope. Moira got nanoed.
Moira Coalescence coming out for Valpo. No ults invested for SVSU. Finally, here comes the Ramatra ult. Spear coming in. Lots of damage on both sides. A bunch of low targets. Falcon is... Oh my gosh.
1v1. Oh, May
Who
ult.
is winning?
Yep.
May ult again is going to freeze pretty much all of SVSU.
Oh.
What a brawl of a team fight. No, never mind.
We
They're
still
there.
had Kitsune and Bastion in the back.
They're still there. Squishy picks off the last two.
And it looks like Valpo's going to get one more touch, and that'll probably be it.
Valpo has one fight left, and it's a quick one at that. They don't have any ults immediately. Orisa ult will come online in a second. But SVSU is gonna have the Torbjorn ult as well as the window for Baptiste. That's gonna make it really hard for Valpo to move in. As soon as if that's popped, there's very little Valpo can do to get onto point.
Especially with the last point being a corridor as well. It's just nothing but Bap wall.
There's nothing they can do. Yeah. Here comes the window. No,
they still got Falcon.
It got a little bit out. They got some of it. Here comes the ult for Valpo. Gets a lot of damage out. Lots of damage for both sides. I believe it's about a 3v3 right now. Ramatra's still up, trying to do as much as he can.
Yep, looks like just tanks trading backlines right now.
Tanks trying to rip each other apart. It looks like Valpo is down to 2 members. Anti-nade, sleep dart. Trying to find something. They're down. 2 healers can keep each other alive for a decent amount of time. Moving around, making it hard to hit. They're just stalling. There's nothing that... Saginaw can't find the kills.
And and all
the
of
rest
DPS
of the
are
team
almost
is coming
back.
Here comes the ult. Here comes the nano onto the Moira. Squishy is here with the turret form. Getting some damage out. They do have the Baptiste ult.
Gonna call it early.
Gonna pop it. Can they keep him off the point long enough? No, the back of it is still possible. Oh, the damage is coming in. They're finding the kills. Valpo is doing it. Down goes Saginaw. They're just down to Squishy. He's not going to be able to touch it. They managed to pull it out. How did they do that?
Wow.
How did they do that?
By the power of 2 healers.
2 healers jumping around like maniacs. Bunch of rabbits on the objective healing each other. There was nothing. Saginaw couldn't find the kills. They couldn't find the kills. That's incredible. How did they manage to pull that out?
Wow.
I am purely flabbergasted, Sage. I do not know what to say.
Yeah, they stalled for enough time for Risk at back, so like pop nano on Orisa and just go ahead and win the team. Not exactly win the team fight, but just swing it their way.
It was looking all Saginaw favored. They had the window, they had the Torbjorn ult, but window was played a little late to where Valpo was pushed up to the cart and they could get behind the cart. And then the Torbjorn ult got canceled part of the way through. He got killed by the Orisa. So only a bit of the cart, only on one side, was covered. And Valpo, incredible play from Pichu. Pichu Ichu. That's a nice tag. That's a cool tag. I like that. And then CQ9. Crazy plays there. Wow. I don't know what to say. Well, we'll see. Any changes in comp? Not too many.
It looks like Sagina's going to be going a little more brawler-like.
Yeah.
I'll say because we got May and we got Moira coming out now instead of what was it Kiriko and well, what was Tracer for a moment, but I think that was just Tracer to make sure we can get back to point.
Just to get on point. I like the May pick here. May is incredible at walling off parts of a team, so the rest of your team can follow up. And while, yes, there is a lot of damage here for Valpo, I don't know how good it will be at saving somebody. The Reaper can plow through a wall, but that might be it. Reaper gets walled off. The rest of the team, they can't be healed right now. And we can see, yeah, the healers were cut off. Nothing to save the tank there. All the abilities coming through. It's looking Saginaw favor. Mega does have to get bailed out, though. Should still be fine. Saginaw's pushing up, getting on the objective. Lots of kills. Yep. Looks like Saginaw favor. Looks like they will take this without too much issue.
Looks like we have support 1v1.
4-1. Oh! Yeah, right. With the nasty kill. Good wall. Saginaw managed to take that point right off the start. They're going to have a lot more ult charge, too, because they won most of the fights. That's going to put them on a good trek for the rest of the point here. Ooh, this is something that Saginaw has specifically worked on, taking this extra space if it's given to them. Pushed all the way up here to this corner and further.
Ooh, they waited for the shift to run out.
Wow.
Waited for Orisa's shift to run out and walled off right afterwards. No more damage mitigation.
Very well played from Saginaw, managing to find the kill. Lose their own tank immediately, though. Tanks will trade. The Falcon finds the wall. Will make it a little bit more awkward. Investing the May ult. Won't find anything, but they get to push the cart. In fairness, the cart is now pushed all the way up. We'll see. Still have the Bastion ult and that Baptiste window. Can you throw Baptiste window on the cart?
No, it will not move. It will be placed on ground.
Okay. Baptiste ult just trying to create that space. Somebody on the flank here. Not quite sure who that was.
I believe it was Reaper. Yeah, Reaper was probably getting ready for a...
Oh! Falcon jumps up on the wall to take the high ground. Moira ult invested for Valpo. Megas have to back up a little bit. Most of the kills are going Saginaw favor right now. Valpo loses 2. Hasn't found any kills. Goes for the wall. Make it a little bit more awkward for the Orisa to get out. What? Still looking pretty Saginaw favor.
We do have Nano ready, though.
They do have Nano.
I said...
And the Reaper ult.
Yeah.
And the Soldier ult.
Basically all ults ready, besides Moira.
That is a little bit scary. You don't now know who to target. You don't know who to be ready for. Well, I guess it's not going to be Reaper, although Reaper finds 3! Suddenly swinging this fight's only, I think, 2 left for Saginaw. Barely managing to touch. There goes the Nano onto
Nano Visor.
Nano Visor. There it is. All the damage. Incredible play. How do they keep clutching these? Playing out of their mind.
I would say now they invested 4 ults in that last fight. Well, 3 ults, and now they only have is just the Orisa ult to kind of counter everything else. Saginaw's coming up with all of theirs at this point.
I don't know how Valpo's managed to do it. It seems like they're losing most of the time in the fair fights. But randomly, when they're down like 2 players, they pull it out.
I would say they just know when to invest resources. They just know.
They just know. That's crazy. Really good ability usage. We'll see Saginaw's...
probably trying to bait him forward here with Mail.
Yep. Oh, that's actually going to be really tough because Saginaw has to go backwards. Lots of damage. Investing some extra util here, just trying to keep everybody alive, making sure Mega in the room. Neither team really is in a position to find a pick onto each other. Well, they do have all ults. Saginaw's got to pop a few here. Here comes Window to take this space. Tries to find the wall. Doesn't quite make it happen. They get all this space, though. Have the momentum. They're pressing W. The rest of Valpo has to back up. Getting on the cart. Wits in a tough spot. Will go down. I think the rest of Valpo will as well. Solid nade, though. From CQ9. They're not dying. The Orisa and the Ana are not dying for Valpo. They do manage to touch for a little bit longer. Jang will fall. Nice wall there just to mess with them. There goes the May ult. Ooh, little preemptive. Doesn't quite find anyone. Gets the space. In fairness, so they're pushed up. Wit finds the kill onto Mega. SVSU is down their tank now. They can't get too aggressive here.
I'd say because Orisa's gonna make it back before Mega can. So.
Yeah, defensive got taken out of the fight a lot sooner, so we'll make it back sooner. Yep, here comes the Orisa. Here's the ult. Will get burnt through it, though. A couple of Saginaw players will get low, but they're healed up immediately with the Coalescence.
We got, I think, Soldier coming up on the flank behind.
Lots of damage. Some flanks from Valpo. Trying to find it. I don't think nobody's falling for Saginaw. Nobody's falling for Valpo. Tank's back on the way. Couple of people are low. Falcon finds it onto the Soldier. Reaper goes in with the ult. Does get taken down. Solid ult. Squishy has had this ult so many times. That is what happens when you play Bastion. Down comes the ult. Doesn't quite find anything. It's kind of hard to find it. Nano onto the Coalescence. Will stay alive. Do some extra damage. Does find one onto Falcon. Mega will go down. I think, yeah, Saginaw will fall here. Just under 3 minutes left on the clock. Ooh. Solid cleanup there from Valpo. Getting those kills, not letting anybody escape. I don't know, what is it gonna look like for this last fight? We have a couple of ults. What do we think? We switched over. Valpo has switched to the Sigma. How is this gonna go? What does it look like?
I'll say this might do a little bit better, especially since they can sit at choke points that are a little longer. Because Orisa, yeah, she does well on almost any situation, but Sigma probably does do better here.
Yeah, no, those long choke points, definitely with the rest of your team, you can play with the Soldier a little bit more. Let Reaper go and flank a little bit, play in that off room. We'll see. Mega here has that ult. Falcon with the Mei ult as well. Has had that so many times. Going off to fight the Soldier on the high ground. Getting some damage out. We'll have to invest the ice block. Here comes Mega with the Ramatra ult. Take a whole bunch of space. Does get hit by that Ananade. Going down to about 5 health there. Mei ult invested. We'll find the tank. Ramatra ult is still up. We'll get the kill. I don't think there's much that Valpo can do here. Just the Ana left alive. We'll get staggered. Nobody's left. Nope. Nope, that's going to be Saginaw.
Oh, nice Soldier. Get a touch.
Soldier barely.
Oh, barely.
Barely. 3-3. Saginaw does manage to cap it with 1:42 left on the clock to Valpo's 0. It'll be a little bit easier. Now what's going to happen if anyone is unfamiliar with Overwatch, they're going to do it again, but simply with the amount of time they had left on the clock, plus an extra minute. So I believe now Valpo will be on the attack. They'll have 1 minute to push it as far as possible, plus
Actually,
any overtime.
I don't think that they'll have a minute, because since Saginaw wasn't below a minute, Saginaw is going to be the only ones who can attack during this time. And if they get the point, they get the point. And if not, then Valpo will get to attack.
Really?
So basically, if they can get the first tick here, then I believe they just win.
I had it a little mixed up then. All right. Yeah, Saginaw's on the attack. There we go. I did not know this. Interesting. So, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I've watched a couple of ranged matches to this. They're just like, hey, we didn't get our chance, but it's like, well, we did win in overtime.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, Saginaw here, keeping it same thing. Valpo is gonna go back to the Reinhardt, which I haven't hated. I've seen some good plays. I know they can make it work. It's just one little thing here or there. Saginaw uses one extra piece of utility at just the better time. I definitely think Valpo can make it happen here, though. Definitely think they can make it happen.
Yep, I was excited, especially for the first point. Ryan does much better with the capture point, at least.
Yeah.
There's a lot more space that he can hold just with his shield alone.
The shield is absolutely incredible. You can hold off to that side. You can hold this choke point. You can pin across it. You can swing. They have to come through this choke point, pretty much. So you can just sit there and swing as long as the rest of the team keeps you up. Here comes all the abilities. Mei walls invested on both sides. Huge nano or anti-nade coming out for Valpo. Gets the tank. Everybody's still left alive, though. Lots of abilities been thrown out. A couple of people have gotten low. Nobody's died quite yet. Tough, sticky situation. Will get bailed out. Oh, Mega finds one onto the Mei. Why was that Mei just airborne?
That was new. From charge.
Mega finds another with the arms.
Oh, we got Ryan cut off.
Oh, he is in a corner. There was nothing more to do. Valve kills that. That looks like Saginaw.
Yep, that should be the point.
Saginaw.
Yeah.
Good. Solid.
Moira play the game?
Moira play the game? Question mark. Oh, yeah. Falcon with the huge ult. Brief moment.
Yeah, with that, looks like Valpo is probably going to be changing over one player, one of their support, their Moira mainly. But no, Valpo did really good right there. On their original push on attack, with that comeback though, was something else. As it was looking all SVSU favored, and I still can't believe that they made that. But yeah, next point, we should be going to a flashpoint, I believe. Flashpoint should be game 3. And it looks like Snow Shard is going to be subbed in for the was it Pika what? The Moira's name? Ichu. Yeah.
Yeah. Surprise guest appearance for one of the subs for C team. A guest appearance of 3 fingers in front of the camera. What are we going to look at for this next map? I would... Because this is Flashpoint. There's only 3 Flashpoint maps right now. The most recent one, Samoa, came out. I believe this is the first week that it is possible to play
Yep,
on.
I think it is legal today.
Today it is legal. So we have
New Junk City.
New Junk City, which was the first one. There was...
I know which one it is.
Oh, wow.
I would say I had just put it into the LBS as well. I put in the picture for it.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It's the India representative for the maps.
I want to say it starts with an S.
Not Shambali.
No.
Not Shambali.
I got it on PC. One sec.
This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. It looks like we will play Junk City. I think Samoa isn't. There's a little debate in the chat. Servasa, yeah. And then Samoa is the last one that most recently came out. Looking at the chat here, looks like they are debating. See what they're gonna do.
I think you're having a little bit of a mix-up of who bans on what maps.
Yeah, it's still at least SVSU. Is NECC completely new?
No, NECC's been around
for
for,
a
I
bit?
believe, like 2 or 3 years at this point. It might be around longer, but it's just to my knowledge, I think it's 2 or 3 years.
I know this is our first season competing with NECC. It's been a good experience, and apparently it is new for at least a couple of years. It's relatively new, so probably a good number of teams. I think both of us still getting used to the rule book. Still getting used to who bans when. So.
Yeah, I would say most of the rulebooks are starting to get fleshed out for most esports. I want to say NACE is about the only one that has like really fleshed out their book, but like most of their stuff, they have very much high and paid staff.
Sure.
Like ECAC also, they're fleshing out their rulebooks as well over the previous, well, not season, but over the summer.
Yeah. No. I do have to ask, out of what we've seen so far from these players, what's your favorite letter of the alphabet?
Favorite letter of the alphabet?
Favorite letter of the alphabet. In the chat. Favorite letters. Can we get any favorite letters?
Now, I'm going to have to go with M.
M. Bit of an explanation.
Go friends first initial.
That'll do it. That'll do it. A good choice.
Also
a
more
solid
food.
choice.
That also means more food.
More food. I'm good at saying what's happening when there's a lot going on the screen. When there's nothing, I have to ask things like, what's your favorite letter?
True.
Sage. Yeah. Yeah. That's what has to happen.
Yeah. I would say also, is the new season already out? Or, well, I know mid-season patch has already happened. Right? Mid-season patch already happened?
I am still ranked, so I think it's been a couple of weeks since we've had a new season. Yeah.
Okay, because I've only played past couple days. That's all about it. Just basically got DPS ranked and that was it. It looks like we have also enabled Twitch drops for our channel. I did not see that.
What are Twitch?
Basically, we can get a little, what was it? A little,
people watch our stream and they can get stuff.
Yeah, I'll say basically, I think as long as they stop in and watch for long enough, or speak, say things in chat, looks like they can get some like emoji stickers or whatever the heck you want to call them, kind of things.
Oh, that's hype.
Yeah, emotes. You want in?
She's not.
I am
Not a character.
not a very talkative life.
Hello.
Welcome, my good sir.
Yes.
Welcoming back one of our other main caster here for Overwatch. I know we started out with 2. We're going to end it off with 2 completely different casters. Introduce yourself really quick.
Kaiser.
Kaiser
Yes.
is going to be
Hello.
our other.
Looks like we are on Shuravasa here.
Going to be interesting. We've seen Saginaw sticking to pretty pokey comps here. We've seen these two healers have been what we've been running, switching up in the DPS. Mega has been switching between Ramatra and Sigma for the most part, and Valpo here esports has been really shaking up what they're doing. We've seen a bunch of different tanks, seen some Junkrat, seen some Symmetra, seen a whole bunch Mei, Soldier, Reaper, seen a bunch of different things here. So SVSU getting in there, getting that initial damage, finding the first pick will be Valpo onto Squishy on the Bastion. Wit finds another one. I guess this is just what they like to play.
It's just a difference in comps there. Orisa there is just going to be in your face the entire time. There's only so much damage that the Sigma here can block from that Orisa there, and they're just trying to brawl it out basically in this first 5 minutes of the match here.
This game has in fact been a battle of poke for SVSU versus a little bit of mid-range / brawl for Valpo. So this is definitely where Valpo is going to shine. Yes. Flashpoint is very close range, very much so, get in your face, lots of tight angles, lots of close corridors to fight in. So I think I want to say this is where Saginaw Valley is going to have to shift it a little bit. They're going to have to shift their game plan.
One healer down on the side of Valpo is being rezzed by the Mercy here. SVSU just trying to poke out the comp here as it's very open here.
This is definitely where they want to play. They can see most of the map, not too many places for Valpo to hide, as we see a couple going down here. That's going to be a loss of tank for Valpo, losing their healers. As I say that, Valpo comes in, though. This is the story as well that we've seen. When they're down players, they invest resources and manage to take it. Won't quite work. They almost managed to happen. We've seen some crazy things. Kaiser just catch you up really quick. Randomly out of nowhere, it's like a 4-2, and they just win it. They just win it. Last game on Kings Row on their attack, Valpo had their 2 healers on cart versus all but one of the Saginaw team, and they won. They managed to win. They just stayed alive. Rest of Valpo came back. This has been the story thus far. This is probably how it will continue. Almost managing to keep this point. Saginaw will have it, though. Valpo only needs to take this once at 99%. So one fight win here will do it for them.
SVSU does have all ults here compared to the 4 of Valpo here. Can see multiple ults being used at the same time here.
There goes the Moira ult, and there goes the ult there for Orisa finding one.
SVSU only investing 1 ult in this fight. Looks like they have chosen to rather save their ults for the next fight here. Just trying to stay alive, try and stay on the point here. Valpo will capture it, and I do not think SVSU has time to get back here.
Definitely will not. They will have 4 ults, though, going into the next fight, so surely Valpo will be grouped up. Should probably get to the point first, is my assumption. But, you know, SVSU will be able to come back to... Oh! Yep. 1v1 here. Soldier versus Soldier. Soldier. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Soldier.
This part of the flashpoint, though, is a lot more open, so it should help SVSU's comp at just trying to pick somebody out and trying to keep Valpo back and just poke them out here.
Oh, absolutely. They have way more range here.
The Orisa.
Got a lot more in the way of snipes. Oh,
yep.
Here comes Sojourn. Hero Sojourn play. Gonna try and take on the entire team. Doesn't make it out there.
SVSU does have 4 ults here compared to none from Valpo, so Valpo has to play very careful here when trying to decide to engage SVSU here.
Valpo trying to take some space on this side as opposed to the other. They could invest the Mei ult here. Will freeze a lot. Valpo's tank will go down.
2.
That Mei finds 2. Almost finds another. Moira's on her last leg. Yep. So is Mercy. Getting in there, trying to find the kills. Can Falcon do it? Mega will come in and finish everybody off.
SVSU with a clean ace there, finding it off of an engage from Falcon's ult here. Really nice play from them.
Only up to 39% though. They will have Valpo will have a solid team fight left. Yes, not 1.5.
The scary thing is that Farah and Sojourn have very close ults here to coming online for Valpo here, so it's going to be a little dangerous for SVSU to play out in the open.
SVSU might have 2 ults, but yeah, as Kaiser mentioned, Valpo's close to like 4 of them.
Shadowwing finding one onto Wit here.
Like right at the start, that's definitely not what you want to happen is you're trying to get in. They do have a little bit of time to work with, but not too much. It has to invest the res early. Squishy's on the flank, finding some damage, trying to find the kill onto the healers. Will take a little bit of attention away from the tank, especially. Timer sticking up. They have to jump on the point here. Will trigger the overtime. Gonna be a bit of battle now. Investing some ults. Here comes it. Wit out of nowhere, finding 2.
Coalescence.
That's going to be it. There we go. They find it. Huge, very good ult plays.
We can see SVSU have swapped places here, as Valpo had 99% at the first flashpoint. while SVSU has 99% at the second flashpoint here. So it will be interesting to see with the Sigma all up what SVSU can do here.
I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the far alt. That's always an interesting alt that is basically a contract of, hey, I'm going to die for pressing this button, but I'm going to get as many as I possibly can. If you can get 2, easily worth it.
Yes, that indeed. SVSU does have the advantage of these little walls here, though, that they can try and avoid the far alt. As long as they stay out of the open and have some form of cover, it should be a good engage for SVSU. May alt is dangerously close to being up here, too.
Blinds on the doors to the esports casting center. It is a Halloween time here on Saginaw.
Oh, here comes the May alt. Immediately finding a majority of Valpo here.
Mega also using the Sigma alt. Will find a whole bunch squishy investing soldier alt as well. Hey, better to over alt and win than under alt and lose.
Looks like
that's what I always say.
Valpo still held on to the Pharah and Orisa alt, so they will have that for the next fight here. SVSU have to be very careful of what they do.
Sergeant Pepper does have the Baptiste ult. Can definitely clutch up some kills. We see it's going to make it a lot harder for Pharah to use her ult because we'll just get immediately shot out of the sky. Might have to use that a little preemptively.
The window is up. Soldier just in the back line taking some pot shots at people from there.
Squishy definitely likes to get on these flanks, find some damage, take away as much attention from the rest of his team as possible. Does a very good job at that. And Soldier got some speed, got some self-sustain.
Behind there, Pharah has found the Soldier. Soldier is all the way in the enemy line.
And the rest of the team. Huge
got
play
knocked
there.
into the rest of the team there.
Sky Kirby's going to keep Soldier from getting back to his team. Falcon's going to find one, though. A bunch of ults coming out.
2.
Here comes the res. Here comes Jang. Still has... Oh, lots of kills. Pharah finding... Without their Soldier, it's going to be a lot harder.
Yes.
Was she going back to the bash?
Was invested in there. Jang finding it. Triple kill there. Now it's just...
Go on.
Now it is slowly ticking up on the side of Valpo here. We can see that Valpo still has 2 ults, and the majority of the fact is the Orisa ult is going to prevent SVSU from getting onto the point unless they find a pick.
I think SVSU's main game plan here is going to have to be use Kiriko ult. Right at the start, got to use Kitsune Rush to get in there. You move so much faster, you shoot so much faster, you have faster abilities. Got to rush past all the alts that Valpo is going to use and see if you can make anything happen. I think as well, Baptiste got to stay in the backline, probably pop his ult. Keep the rest of his team alive. You see, maybe find some kills. Mega finds the first one. No ults invested on the side of Valpo. They have 4 of them. Here comes the Orisa ult going to take some... not even get the damage out. Falcon's going to find the kill right beforehand. Mercy's still alive. I think still has res. That could be a game changer. Here comes the Soldier. Ult's going to get a lot of damage. It will result in a kill at the end. Mega finds one as well. About 3-3. Here comes the... Pharah ult. Mercy left alive on point trying to pistol somebody down. Just the Pharah left down. Nobody's left. SVSU is going to manage to take it. It is 1-1 on the map. It's 99% on this point.
SVSU does has the advantage in the ult econ here, as we can see that they did use the Orisa ult to try and find something there, but was Kiriko protected and was also taken down before it could actually land. All they have is Coalescence here, which will play a major factor on depending on if they get on this point or not.
I think SVSU definitely has the favor to win this in terms of ult economy. They have that Baptiste window. They have Falcon's ult. The May ult can do a whole bunch of damage. Just Coalescence on the side here of Valpo. We'll see what they can do, though. If they do get on and get the Orisa doing what Orisa does, that could be the game changer instead.
Oh,
2 kills immediately. Valpo gets
third.
3 picks. May ult's they're going to try to make this work, investing the May ult. Going to get a little bit of damage. Falcon might not be able to stay alive, though. Tries to use the wall. Won't quite work. I like the attempt. Did not quite happen. Still have 2 ults, though.
Oof. Unfortunate fact that just 2 picks right before they were going to invest ults, and as the Bastion started to ult, came out on the side of Valpo and just had an open point for them to rush.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mail definitely... is big and cover most of the point. Can't cover all of it, though.
Yes.
Can't cover all of it. I think SVSU has the advantage towards getting to the other point first, at least.
Though this point is very, enclosed.
Yeah.
So it is going to be difficult with that Pharah who's just going to be able to fire rockets into there.
Yeah, you're kind of trapped in a cage. In Pharah, well, Pharah has a missile launcher. You don't want to be in a cage when somebody outside has a missile launcher. That's not what you want. Mega here going to get up 800 health. Is that a Winston? Excuse me?
That is a massive HP pool.
Doesn't even have to use a shield. Oh, here comes that far ult, as you can see.
Oh,
Almost
Falcon
finds
brought
that kill.
dangerously low. Gets to go into the ice cube.
Squishy out here trying to find some damage. Although these little high grounds, they're not just tall enough where you can't jump onto them. So being able to be on that high ground, absolutely devastating. Oh, Valpo staying alive. Oh, down goes the Orisa though. Crazy plays from Falcon here.
Finding one. Falcon looking for a second here. SVSU still has control of the point.
To find it. Mega's getting all of the damage, finds a solid rock. Trying to get some kills here. Not quite working, but going to be close.
SVSU has been doing a good job of keeping them at bay, but ult counters are ticking for Valpo here.
Up to about 65%. Far's on the flank. Falcon's going to try to icicle him out of the sky. Ah, close.
Need the soldier there to try and just hit scan that far out of the sky there.
Mega finds the first kill onto the Sojourn.
There's a soldier.
Sergeant Pepper finds another onto the Pharah. Arisa's going in. Doesn't quite have ult.
Pushing out.
No health left. Wish he finds it. Investing in the Coalescence. Somebody's got to touch the point, though, to trigger the overtime. Not quite going to work. May ult invest as well, just to ensure nobody can get on there.
SVSU and Valpo are very similar in alt econ here, but I do reckon that the SVSU squad has an advantage with the alts here, with the Kiriko Rush window and Omega or Sigma alt.
It's been very much so a close game. Neither of these teams have changed up their comps too terribly much. I think they've kind of settled. Both teams seem to be getting a lot of their characters at different points in time. Looks like it's pretty stable here. Mega does have that ult. This is kind of a tighter choke point. He can get to. Not quite sure he wants to do that, though. Orisa could invest ult here. Most of Saginaw is grouped up. Could get some damage.
Ooh, Squishy 1v1ing Shout hard.
Snow Shard.
Snow Shard.
Here does come the Orisa ult. Down goes the lamp. Will die for it, though. Will die for it. Trying to find the res. Oh, clean mercy movement.
SVSU have point advantage here and still have two ults here.
This is definitely, at least for Squishy, the point where he wants to be.
Yes.
Squishy has these little high grounds, a lot of little flanks and stuff. It does take a little bit longer. These rocks are pretty large that he has to get around, but for the most part, can stay up on some high grounds and pester the other team, make it hard for them to get in.
So she's just fishing for an angle there. Oh, see somebody.
3 damage. Saginaw got this point here. They're going to at least get it up to 99. This is absolutely brutal. This ultimate is easily the best Pharah counter in the entire game. Here comes the window, doing a whole bunch of damage. Down goes instantly 3 of Valpo.
This point is just dangerous for that, because the high ground is you having to push up there into a Baptiste window. It's just so hard for you to do that, especially without a shield. Orisa can block damage, but she can only block so much.
Yeah, just right in front of her. Definitely not an entire window. Well, Saginaw has the point. It's getting up to 999. Valpo has to touch here.
Yes. Oh, Sigma.
Oh, that's crazy. The wall. Crazy wall there for Saginaw.
Squishy was thinking 10 steps ahead. Or Falcon, my bad.
Pretty close. It's going to be a jank play of the game. This Pharah definitely was not a terrible play. Like, you would assume that the soldier and even a little bit like the Baptiste and the Sigma would make it very difficult to stay alive as Pharah. But with all these little pillars and rooms to fly around, it actually worked out pretty well. Yeah. That will be good game. That was 3-0 Saginaw Valley favored. Interesting match we got to see there. We got to see some characters. We were talking about the diversity of character, the meta right now, and how you can play a lot of different characters. It was a lot of fun to watch. Close game. GG's to both sides. I dare say. I think that's about all we have for tonight. I don't think we're casting for any other games. So we'll see. Getting a shrug from Sage. So. Yes. Either way, thank you everybody so much for watching. It was an absolute pleasure to cast. As always, I was here with my fellow caster, Kaiser, and I'm not gonna say too much. It's Halloween. Yes. Get out there. Have a good night.
Good night.